magandang gabi. Narito ulit tayo sa ating programa PIA Connect Z. Dadad para Sinan Inungan, a youth-oriented podcast of the Philippine Information Agency Cordillera. So, medyo busy ang ating host. So, tayo muna ang pansamantalang makakasama nyo. And, of course, kasama ko din si Miss Betha Servito, ang ating intern mula sa St. Louis University para din po magtanong sa ating guest mamaya. Kumusta ka naman, Betha?
Ayan, ma'am. Okay naman po ako, okay na okay. And syempre, ready na po ako para sa ating podcast ngayong gabi.
Ayun, and of course, mapalad tayo ngayong gabi dahil kasama din natin si Sir Darwin Francisco Babon, ang ating National AIDS STI Prevention and Control Program Manager ng Department of Health Cordillera. Magandang gabi, sir. Kumusta po?
Good evening, Debbie. Good evening, Betha. And thank you for having us on the show.
Ayun, kumusta ka naman, sir?
November and December, ito talaga yung time, no, na medyo busy ang ating HIV and AIDS program because this is the start of series of activities, especially for the upcoming World AIDS Day. But so far, so good naman. We are very happy with all the series of activities being done, not only by the regional office, but also of our different partners and especially our local government units.
Yes, ayun. So, nabanggit ni Sir Darwin yung tungkol pa rin sa World AIDS Day. So, tamang-tama ngayong December 1 yung pag-observe natin sa World AIDS Day. So, before natin yan pag-usapan, siguro tanungin natin si Sir Darwin para mas malinawan ang ating mga nakikinig and nanonood. Ano po ba yung AIDS, sir?
Oh, thank you, Debbie. No? So, balikan ulit natin kung... HIV and then AIDS, no? So, HIV is human immunodeficiency virus. Isa siyang klase ng mikrobyo or virus na kapag ikaw ay na-infect, ay talagang hihina ang immune system ng iyong katawan, no? Whereas, ang HIV is a virus, kapag ikaw ay na-infect, it becomes HIV infection. And eventually, kapag ang HIV infection ay lumala, no? At ikaw ay hindi umiinom ng gamot, at ikaw ay makakuha ng iba't ibang karamdaman, at isa na dyan ay TB, for example, which is, by the way, the number one cause of HIV, of death among HIV-positive individuals in the Philippines. So, yun ay magiging tinatawag nating AIDS condition. So, kumbaga, ang AIDS is the latest stage, no, ng isang taong infected ng HIV.
Ayun, sir, no? So, how can HIV nga po be transmitted? Yun po yung tanong ng mga tao-tao. Pwede po ba yun sa saliva, sweat, or tears, or even sa kissing or paghalik?
Oh, that's very interesting, Betha, no? Especially for young people like you. Kailangan pa rin talaga nating balikan, paulit-ulit na balikan yung modes of transmission ng HIV. So when we say modes of transmission, there are only three known modes of transmission for HIV. One is through unprotected sexual penetrative intercourse, meaning ito ay ang pakikipagtalik ng walang gamit na protection, specifically condom. Number two, kapag ikaw ay nasalinan ng infected na dugo or organ coming from an infected donor, meaning HIV positive ang source, or ikaw ay gumagamit ng drugs, specifically injectable drugs. So the tendency is for you to share injection equipment, and of course yung ating mother-to-child transmission. In relation to your question, Betha, doon sa naipapasa ba ito sa laway or saliva, as you said, naipapasa by sharing utensils, for example. Fortunately, hindi na ipapasa ang virus sa ganung paraan. So, dun lamang sa mga route na nabanggit po natin kanina.
Sir, balik po tayo dun sa cases na mother to child.
Mm-hmm.
Ilang cases na po kaya yung ganun, yung transmitted po yung HIV from mother to child?
Okay, in the Cordillera Administrative Region, we have recorded 7, no, na successful cases of mother-to-child transmission. And Betha, this is very unfortunate. Why? Because the moment we detect mother-to-child transmission, meaning yung anak ay HIV positive, automatically, 3 tao na ang at stake na HIV positive. Let me explain, no? The source of the infection doon sa mother is potentially coming from the male partner. So meaning, automatically, the male partner is infected. Then, hindi mangyayari ang successful mother-to-child transmission kung hindi muna ma-infect ang mother. So meaning, 2 na kaagad ang infected. Plus, itong 7 na ito ay talagang confirmed HIV positive ang bata. Meaning, doon pa lang sa certain scenario na yon, yung 7, automatically, 3 tao na yung at stake per set of cases. So 7 times 3, meaning 21 na kaagad ang infected just because of that.
So, paano po yun, sir? Ano pong gagawin natin dun sa bata nga po na nasa linya ng HIV? Ano pong mga medication ang pwede po dun sa bata?
We have pediatric ARV or antiretroviral drugs for infant, no? So, kung merong gamot for adults, meron din tayong formulation for infants. So, merong specific formulation for them. So, meron tayong binibigay din, no? Depending on the current condition of the baby, syempre dadaan yan sa assessment pa rin ng ating mga infectious disease specialist. So, sila ang magsasabi kung ano yung perfect combination for the baby. But definitely, we have available medication for them.
Yes, sir. Sir, yung naitalang 7 cases, anong year po yun, sir?
Well, kung titingnan po natin, no, based on our record, meron kasi tayo dito na mother-to-child transmission. It's very fortunate na for this year naman ng 2024, wala tayong naitala na mother-to-child transmission. So, meaning it happened between 2010 to 2022. Yung mga cases natin na yon, no? So, as of now, wala tayong specific data as to kung kailan na-diagnose itong 7. Pero for this year, it's very fortunate na wala po tayong na-diagnose or na-record in the Cordillera Administrative Region. But let me be clear, Debbie, no? Kasi ang cases natin is tagging pa rin yan. Meaning, halimbawa man na meron tayong ma-detect na case, halimbawa at Baguio General Hospital and Medical Center, pero ang permanent address nung nanay ay hindi Baguio City, dito natin na-detect pero hindi maidadagdag sa kaso natin. Anong ibig sabihin yan? There's more to that 7. Hindi lang na itatag sa Baguio City or sa Cordillera because they are not from Cordillera. But more than 7 po ang inaalagaan po nating HIV positive na infant.
Yes po, sir. Sir, kumusta po kaya yung parang may mga nag-survive po ba or mga successful na at least narating na nila yung age na ganito, sir?
That's interesting kasi one of our documented case here in the Cordillera, kasi kapag sinasabi nating mother-to-child transmission, bata pa lang na-detect na sila or kakapanganak pa lang na-detect na sila, no? That's not always the case. There are even cases na more than 10 years old na yung pasyente bago malaman na infected pala. So, malalaman natin na mother-to-child transmission by taking and looking into the history of the child, no? So wala naman siyang history of blood transfusion, walang history ng sexual activity, walang history ng injecting drugs. Pero bakit HIV positive? And then titingnan yung history ng parents. Doon natin madidetermine na it is a successful mother-to-child transmission. So, speaking of success stories, masasabi natin success stories kapag makikita natin sila na despite getting HIV infection at birth, they survive. They managed to survive and until now, they're in school. Some of them are in school. So, yun yung mga success stories na tinitingnan po natin.
Yes po, sir. Sir, kanina nung nag-uusap tayo, nabanggit nyo po yung pwedeng matransmit yung virus through breastfeeding. Sir, kindly brief us po, sir, kasi medyo marami pa rin po yung hindi nakakaalam na pwede pala yung ganun, sir.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Debbie. doon sa ating body fluids na nagtataglay ng mataas na concentration ng HIV, 1 is blood, 2 is seminal fluid, 3 is anal fluid and vaginal fluid, and 4 is yung breast milk ng infected na mother. So, ang common din na misconception, makukuha mo lang ang HIV kung ikaw ay pinagbuntis at ipinanganak ng nanay na HIV positive. Tama ka, Debbie, na hindi lahat alam na kapag ang nanay ay HIV positive at hindi umiinom ng gamot, ibig sabihin mataas talaga ang concentration ng virus sa katawan. And mataas din ang concentration ng HIV sa breast milk ng nanay na hindi nagagamot. Kapag ito ay, syempre, pinainom sa bata simula nung siya ay pinanganak at hindi umiinom ng gamot ang nanay, malaki ang chance that the baby will be infected through breast milk.
Ganun po pala yun. So, maiba naman po tayo, sir, since breast milk po yung napag-usapan natin. Punta naman po tayo sa mga tangible items po, no, na may mga myth po kasi or sabi-sabi na yung ibang bagay daw po hindi pwedeng mahawakan ng taong may HIV. So ano po yung mga tangible items, ganun po, na hindi pwedeng i-share with someone po na merong HIV?
That's very interesting again. Tangible item. Do not share your sexual partner. More than that, wala na. So let's debunk the myth na touching utensils, sharing towels, pillows, even mga kumot, sharing of comfort rooms, ay pwede kang with someone who is infected with HIV, ay mahawaan ka, no, ng HIV. Well, lalo na sa mga kabataan, no, that's not true. Definitely not true. Kasi balikan natin yung modes of transmission, and yung pag-touch doon sa mga bagay-bagay na yon is not part. Remember that HIV is highly sensitive virus, meaning paglabas ng virus sa katawan ng tao at na-expose sa outside or external environment, the virus will die. So halimbawa, nag-CR ang isang HIV positive na babae, para lang mas maintindihan. That day na nag-CR siya din ay merong menstruation. So meaning there's blood, no? Halimbawa, ipalagay na natin na nakaligtaan, for example, na merong may droplet ng blood sa toilet bowl at naupuan din, halimbawa, ng sumunod, no? Alam nyo, in a few seconds or a few minutes, patay na po ang mikrobyo doon. Because nag-change ang temperature, nag-change ang humidity, so there's no way that the virus will survive.
Ano po yung age range sa majority po ng HIV cases dito sa Cordillera?
Okay, so kung titingnan natin yung age range po ng mga infected based on our cases as of September of 2024, still, no, majority of our cases, age range 25 to 34 years old, followed by 15 to 24 years old, which is very unfortunate. Pero, we have a theory dito sa 25 to 34 years old. We have to understand that there's no way that we can check kung ilang taon ka na-infect ng HIV. Because the age indicated in our data is the age when the person was tested and diagnosed to have HIV. So hindi natin malalaman na halimbawa ngayon, you're 25 years old, ngayong 25 years old ka rin na-infect. No, that's not the case. Because HIV can survive in your body for at least 3 to 5 years without any symptoms. Pero may way tayong malaman, at least ma-determine na medyo matagal na ba ang infection, only if kapag yung isang taong infected ng HIV ay merong mga signs and symptoms. For example, the day you were diagnosed na infected ka ng HIV, ikaw ay meron na ring TB. Yun ay posibleng palatandaan na matagal ka ng infected. So kung na-diagnose ka at the age of 25, pwede nating balikan na, posibleng infected ka na 3 to 5 years back. So, kung diagnosed ka at the age of 25, posibleng at the age of 20, na-acquire mo na ang infection. But not all, hindi yan lagi ang definite case naman.
So sir, may sintomas po ba yung AIDS or HIV po? How will I know if infected ako, kumbaga, sir?
Kung babalikan natin, HIV is still an infection. No? HIV infection is still an infection. So meaning, kapag ikaw ay ma-infect, meron at meron ka pa ring mararamdaman kagaya ng kahit anong infection, no? Parang meron kang flu-like symptoms. Pwede mong isipin na ito ay ordinaryong flu, onset of the infection. Kasi may pumasok na foreign microorganism sa katawan mo. The natural reaction of our immune system is to fight off infection, no? So ang mangyayari niyan, maglalabas ng pangontra ang katawan natin at kaya tayo nakakaramdam ng parang flu-like. Pero generally speaking, Miss Debbie, walang signs and symptoms ang HIV. Kaya nga, ang iba, akala nila wala silang taglay na mikrobyo, which is hindi tayo nagpapa-check up kasi you know naman, no? The health-seeking behavior of some people is pupunta lang sa health facility kapag may nararamdaman. But that's not the case for HIV. As long as you have risky behavior, here in Cordillera, ang risky behavior pa rin na nakikita natin is through engaging in unprotected sexual activities. Kung ikaw ay merong unprotected sexual activity, more so, if more than one ang iyong sexual partner, make it a habit to get tested. But to answer your question straight, flu-like symptoms ang nararamdaman ng iba, pero generally, like most of our cases, walang signs and symptoms ang HIV infection.
Sir, paano po sinasagawa yung test? Like, tutusukan ka po ba ng malaking karayom? Ganun po. Kasi, curious po kami, paano po pa ginagawa yung HIV test?
Ayun, siguro naman pwede nating gawing lighter itong usapan na ito dahil paggabi na nga po, no? So, that's the traditional way of testing people. Yung mag-extract ng blood and then iraran sa laboratory. Pero ngayon, the DOH is now implementing what we call community-based HIV screening. So what is that? Para ka na lang nagpapatest ng sugar mo. So, hindi na po blood extraction, through finger pricking na lang ito, Betha, no? And yung nakaugalian na or nakasanayan, na pupunta ka pa sa laboratory, pipila ka pa, and then you will wait for at least 1 day for your result kasi hindi lang naman yon yung iraran ng laboratory. Now, in 15 minutes, you can get your result. So that's how easy, that's how fast HIV screening nowadays. So hindi na po siya laboratory-based, although kung gusto mo ng official result, signed by a medical technologist and validated by a pathologist, you can go to our DOH certified laboratories. Pero we also have available services like there are certain booth, no, that offers HIV testing sa community level na po. So ganun siya kadali.
Before si Betha, pwede po ba yung self-testing, sir? May self-kit, parang ganun ba, sir? Or kailangan pumunta sa mga health centers?
I consider that question a revolutionary question. Why? We will be launching our self-test here in Cordillera in 2025. Yes. If you're asking, Miss Debbie, meron na bang self-testing kit in Cordillera? Yes, we have. Yes. Pero there are 2 types of HIV self-testing. One, it is yung tinatawag nating administered. Meaning, pwedeng ikaw ang mag-test ng sarili mo, pero meron pa ring counselor or meron pa ring healthcare worker na mag-guide sa'yo. The other one is not assisted and non-assisted. So yung assisted, yung sinasabi ko kanina. Yung not assisted naman is yun yung i-implement natin in 2024. We're just waiting for a clearer guidelines from Central Office of the Department of Health where you can get your test kit, do the test at the comfort of your own home, and report the result within 48 hours. So pwede na.
Yung iba po kasi sir, ayaw magpa-test kasi what if makita nila ako doon, what if makita nila yung pangalan ko, nakakahiya, parang ganun po. Are the clinics built comfortably naman po?
Okay. One, part siya ng ating, kung clinic yan or laboratory, part siya ng ating licensing standards na dapat kapag ikaw ay nag-HIV test, the counseling procedure is dealt with at most confidentiality. So, ang ibig sabihin yan, dapat hindi naririnig ng iba yung pinag-uusapan because there are some sensitive questions doon sa form na kailangan i-fill out ng pasyente. No? One of the sensitive question is, kailan ang iyong last sexual contact? Kasi, we have to understand before I answer your question, no, kailangan lang nating i-establish dito na bakit tinatanong yung mga ganong bagay. It will potentially affect how the healthcare worker, specifically the HIV counselor, will explain your result. Kasi halimbawa, ako, Miss Debbie and Betha, ay nagpa-test ngayon, pero ang last sexual activity ko was last night. At ang result na lumabas is non-reactive. Can I say that I am 100% safe negative? The answer is no. Why? Meron tayong tinatawag na window period. Ibig sabihin, kailangan nating mag-antay ng certain time bago masabi talaga na, yung last sexual encounter mo, hindi ka naka-acquire ng infection. And the standard is at least 3 months. Yes. So kung kahapon ka lang halimbawa may sexual activity, hindi natin masasabi. Kasi posibleng na-infect ka kahapon, pero ang katawan mo hindi pa nag-produce ng ganun classic kataas ng antibody, yun kasi yung mini-measure, no? Ibig sabihin, ang lalabas na result is false, non-reactive. Infected ka na, pero ang lalabas na result is non-reactive. Now, balikan natin yung question mo. Yes, confidentiality ay kino-consider. There are only certain people allowed to have access to information of the client. One is the HIV counselor, which is being mandated by the law, Republic Act number 11166, that's the new HIV law. Dapat confidentiality, walang ibang taong nakakaalam unless with the consent of the client. Ang ideal nga, kung sino ang nag-counsel sa'yo, siya din dapat ang mag-release ng result mo. Para hindi na po number one, makita yung history, alam kung paano mag-explain, and hindi na makita ng iba kung ano yung information mo. Siyempre, hindi maiwasan kung sinong magra-run ng test, makakakita siya. Pero they are also binded by medical confidentiality.
Ayun sir. So meron po tayong tinatawag na stigma, kumbaga. Paano po kaya natin mabibreak yung stigma since I have heard nga po yun nga na may mga tao talaga na takot magpa-HIV test?
As I have said during our earlier conversation, let's talk about HIV and AIDS every day. Let's normalize the conversation about HIV and AIDS, and we always give value to our media partners for giving us the platform to discuss about HIV and AIDS. This is one of the many ways that we can think of to eradicate stigma, to make sure that the information are delivered to the right population, especially the young people. Kaya when I learned that this podcast is originally intended for young people, I am very much interested with the hope na sana makarating sa kanila yung information, no? So let's normalize talking about HIV and AIDS, and let's always talk not just the modes of the transmission and the ways of prevention, but let's also talk about the rights of those who are vulnerable from the virus. Para malaman nila na, if I get tested, the moment that I decide to get tested, my rights are already being protected. And kapag ako ay HIV positive, the more that the law will protect my rights against stigma and discrimination and mga unfair treatment, not just in laboratory or healthcare setting, but even in my workplace. My rights are protected. So the law is very clear on that.
Nabanggit niyo sir yung protection ng law. So what if, for example, ako yung may HIV and then nakaranas ako ng stigma, can I complain?
Definitely yes, Miss Debbie, no? Ito yung gusto nating malaman for the community, especially those who are affected and infected by HIV, to be empowered. Kung minsan kasi, walang nagsastand na case kasi walang nagko-complain. Ang iniisip kasi nila, lalong lalaki ang problema, lalong maraming tao ang may involve. So ang sinasabi natin dito, hindi natin ma-stop ang discrimination kung walang taong tatayo at talagang manindigan to file a case and stop this from happening again. Your question is, can I file a case? Definitely the answer is yes. We are building strong partnership with our partners. Meron tayong group of lawyers who are in partner with us through the help of Global Fund, no? So meron tayong mga partners na ini-engage ng ating Global Fund partners para tumulong sa mga taong may ganitong problema. But wag na tayong magpakalayo-layo pa. The Commission on Human Rights is very, very supportive of our causes. In fact, here in Cordillera, meron na rin po tayong mangilan-ngilan na i-refer sa Commission on Human Rights to be given advice and mabigyan sila ng patnubay whether to pursue the case or not. It's just very unfortunate na karamihan din ng mga perpetrator ng ating mga PLHIV, unfortunately, family members. No? Some experience discrimination in the workplace. Pero kung babalikan natin, Miss Debbie, discrimination always starts with misinformation and lack of awareness. Hindi nila alam na yung ginagawa nila ay bawal pala. At hindi rin sila aware na meron palang batas na nagsasabi na bawal yan. No? Kasi remember, masasabi mo lang siya na it is a violation of the law if, in fact, merong law that prohibits the act, no? So that becomes a violation. So ang goal natin dito is to include discussion on the rights of PLHIV, what is prescribed in the provision of the law, in all our discussions.
Ayun. So in spite of fear po and stigma attached to HIV testing, sa mga nanonood po ngayon, what's your advice to those people na yun nga po takot magpa-HIV test? A piece of advice po.
Thank you, Betha. Always choose self-love. And self-love starts with knowing your HIV status as far as HIV is concerned, no? The very first step is to have that courage to know your HIV status. A day na delayed, na hindi ka nagpa-test, but you are already HIV infected, the virus in your body can always shoot up. So it's like you're just waiting for it to consume your immune system. At yun yung iniiwasan natin. Kasi early testing will result to early diagnosis. And early diagnosis will result to early treatment. And the earlier you get treated, or the earlier that you get treatment, the more na ang mangyayari is ma-restore natin yung iyong immune system. Kasi hanggat wala ka pang nararamdaman na kahit anong signs and symptoms or signs of any other infections, magpa-test ka na at magpagamot ka na. Huwag na nating antayin na bumaba ang iyong resistensya at ang mangyayari dyan ay hindi na lang HIV ang gagamutin natin. Marami na ka ng infection na na-acquire. Like as I have said, TB, pneumonia, and other infections, mas mahirap nating i-restore ang iyong physical condition.
Yes, sir. Sir, para sa information po ng nakararami, libre po ba yung mga services po na binibigay natin para sa mga PLHIV po?
For HIV testing, it is 100% free, especially if you get tested from our government facilities and community partners. Ang dami po nating partners ngayon, mga community partners, ito yung mga non-government organization being supported by the Department of Health. Department of Health ang nagbibigay ng logistics, meaning HIV testing kits and the rest of the logistics para makapag-offer sila ng free HIV testing services. So definitely free. So meron naman tayong mga partners na private with minimal fee, but we encourage our people, no, yung mga kasamahan natin na especially the youth na hindi naman talaga nasama sa budget nila yung mga ganitong laboratory test to avail of the free services. So yun yung sa testing. Number 2, kapag ikaw ay HIV positive na, the treatment is also 100% free. So wala kang dapat problemahin. Pero of course, the messaging is, kung nagpa-test ka, na libre, at nalaman mo na wala kang HIV, you have to sustain that HIV negative status. But by always making sure that every time you engage in risky behavior, you protect yourself. The second message that I want to share, if you are HIV positive, this is not the end of the line. There are treatment available and you can still go with your normal life. However, kailangan lang po nating i-review at balikan kung ano yung kailangan nating baguhin sa ating behavior.
Ayun, so sabi ni Sir Darwin, nag-start talaga yan sa behavior. Ayun, puntahan naman natin, I know maraming programs po yung Department of Health. Kindly, para po malaman ng ating mga tagapanood and nakikinig kung ano po yung mga programs ng DOH para dito.
Thank you, Debbie. No? So speaking of activities, starting 2023 of second quarter, we already adopt the framework of Project Namnama. So Project Namnama is nurturing awareness, mobilizing networks, and advocating to mitigate the impact of AIDS in the Cordillera. Under this framework, ang dami pong activities and strategies being implemented. But our goal is to have healthy settings. 1, healthy schools. That's why we have projects and activities targeting our young people, especially in high school and universities and colleges. 2, we have healthy workplaces, both in private and in government offices. Number 3, meron po tayong healthy community. So we deploy staff to be with the community to discuss HIV and AIDS. But meron din po tayong Namnama on Wheels, meaning we bring services closer to the people. So doon na po sila nagpapa-HIV test sa community. And of course, wag din po nating kalimutan that on top of the projects of the Department of Health, meron ding mga programa ngayon strengthened and established at the level of our local government units. Yun yung gusto natin na the LGUs will take ownership, the response plan for HIV and AIDS, and nakikita naman na po natin yon.
Yes po, sir. Sir, may mga programs na rin po ba yung mga LGUs natin na to address yung or prevent yung HIV po?
Oh, definitely yes, because for 2024, actually, no, kasama na siya sa Seal of Good Local Governance of the DILG. So, the DILG is now mandating our local government units to have, 1, dapat merong ordinance or executive order patterned in the new HIV law. So kung meron na silang previous ordinance, dapat kailangang i-update yan to anchor the provisions in the new HIV law. Second, dapat may specific plans for HIV and AIDS, and including STIs at the level of the LGU. And number 3, dapat merong tangible accomplishment report at the end of the year. So, these 3 components are the key requirements for the LGU to be awarded with the Seal of Good Local Governance under the indicator of HIV and AIDS.
Oh, sa mga LGUs po natin, now you know. so at least alam na nila na kasali pala yun para ma-award bilang SGLG awardee. Ayun.
So sa December 1 po, World AIDS Day po ba natin, sir?
That's right, Betha. Usually, talagang ang established date natin is December 1, no? Every December 1. But the LGU and the other government agencies are also given autonomy to decide what date is the most comfortable. Kasi sa halimbawa, yung December 1 falls on a Sunday or a holiday. So, tinitingnan din yung mga schedule. Here in the Cordillera Administrative Region, our Regional World AIDS Day is on December 6. So, we are inviting everyone at Orchard Hotel on December 6. So, this is also an opportunity to recognize our partners and including the Philippine Information an agency, of course. So we really value the partnership with PIA and various media partners. So December 6th, and for the first time, the culminating activity of the National World AIDS Day is happening in Baguio City. Baguio City is the host. So we are inviting everyone to be at Session Road at 6 a.m. on December 8th, Sunday. And meron pong iba't ibang activities na gagawin, hatid po sa atin ng Department of Health, ng atin pong Health Promotion Bureau, at ng atin pong Health Promotion Unit ng Department of Health, Cordillera. And yung mga LGUs natin, nag-start na po sila. No? Some actually already started. One LGU na alam kong nag-start na ng kanilang activities is Bugyas in Benguet, and it was supported by the Department of Health. And December 3, should I say, is La Trinidad, and December 4 is Baguio City, and meron pa, December 3 is also DSWD. They will have their own session sa HIV and AIDS also as part of the World AIDS Day celebration. So ang daming activities, simultaneous activities region-wide.
Oo nga po, rumbang nga mapadaanan, dagita kakailian niya. Sabi dito, sir, take the right path, my health, my right. Yun po yung theme po ng World AIDS Day. Ano po kayo yung mensahe nitong tema na ito, sir?
Thank you, Debbie. No? So, take the right path. Actually, it's with an S. Kaya ang sabi namin, whoever technically devised the theme for this 2024 World AIDS Day deserve a salary increase. Bakit? Ang una mong makita, take the right path. Kung ikaw ay grammar Nazi, makikita mo na it's parang may mali. But I think the idea behind it is to catch people's attention. And then people will think, ano bang ibig sabihin nito? Mali ba talaga siya o may tinutumbok siyang iba? Take the right path is the international theme for this year's World AIDS Day because it is emphasizing our basic human rights. So dapat, when we implement our HIV and AIDS program, ang tinatahak nating landas ay dapat kasama ang human rights ng mga taong vulnerable and affected and infected ng HIV. That's the only way where we can realize the real success of our program implementation. If we put into consideration the rights of those vulnerable, infected, and infected by HIV.
Ayun. So we should have that open conversation, sabi nga nila, because it will save lives. And prevention is the key. Getting tested and early treatment is the key. Ayun po. Thank you so much po, Sir Darwin.
Ayun, sir. Baka may mga additional announcement ka po sa mga programs po natin. Please go ahead po.
Well, mukhang nasabi ko naman na lahat, Debbie, no? But we would like to grab this opportunity once again to thank you, PIA CAR and the rest of the team, and to all our stakeholders and partners. Hindi madali ang pinagdaanan natin, especially after the pandemic. So, with limited resources to fight HIV and AIDS epidemic, not only in the Cordillera Administrative Region, but in the entire country, we are so lucky to have valued partners, no, who are very supportive in our activities and our advocacies. So let's keep the hope. Namnama will always be there, and sana wag po tayong mawala ng pag-asa na darating ang panahon that we can eventually reverse the trend of HIV epidemic in our region. Thank you and good evening.
Ay, wait lang, sir. May pahabol pa pala. Ayun, siguro, sir, mensahe na lang po natin, especially sa mga kabataan and of course sa kanilang mga parents para po mag-guide ng maigi ang mga kabataan na to engage in unprotected or early sex.
Okay. If you have the opportunity to delay your sexual debut, meaning sexual debut, it's the first time that you engage in any sexual activity, please do so. Delay your sexual debut. Focus on self-development and self-empowerment. But just so in case na kayo ay meron ng mga sexual experience, risky behavior at that, kasi hindi lang naman sexual route ang HIV transmission, no? Please know that there are people who are willing to help you out without judging you, without discriminating you. Pero, sabi ko nga kanina, the very first step is for you to have that courage to reach out to the right people. Yun lang naman, no, ang pakiusap namin. And please think also that you have options, no? Kung talagang hindi natin mapigilan ang mga risky behaviors natin, please know the facts. How can you possibly prevent the successful transmission of HIV? And we have our Facebook pages. We post regular updates and social media publications. And also, please know that you can always message us anytime. Yung ating STI HIV Prevention Facebook page, no, ay pwede po ninyong puntahan at i-message. And there are dedicated people who can answer your question 24/7. Although, syempre, kapag halimbawa hating gabi na, we read your question pero we want you to have peace of mind. So we opted to answer your question the following day para fresh ang inyong perspective. So yun lang naman ang gusto nating sabihin sa mga kabataan ngayon. Nako, yung sinasabi natin always, choose self-love and self-empowerment over risky behavior. Sa mga parents po natin, ang gusto nating sabihin, no, sa mga ating mga magulang, sana ma-establish natin yung relationship sa ating mga kabataan na sa pagkakataon na sila ay nagkakaroon ng halimbawa agam-agam tungkol sa kanilang sexual na pangkalusugan, sana maisip natin or maisip ng ating mga kabataan na tayo ang pinakaunang taong pwede nilang lapitan na hindi mag-discriminate at hindi huhusga sa kanila. So ang gusto nating sabihin sa ating mga magulang is, let's have open conversation with our children, especially the young people. So let's listen to them first instead of jumping into conclusion and judging them. We know for a fact that it's a common, no? Medyo common kasi sa mga magulang. I myself is a parent. Kung minsan, we have the tendency to be reactive, no? So pag may sinabi pa lang is magre-react na tayo. But in this case, we have to understand na medyo nag-evolve na rin ang behavior ng ating mga kabataan. People nowadays, especially young people, have the tendency to be more sensitive, especially in certain matters like sexual health. So, let's have open conversation with them. Lagi nating ilagay yung situation natin sa situation ng mga anak natin na kung tayo ang nasa sitwasyon nila at ano kaya ang ina-expect nilang support coming from us. Kasi that's the only way that we can establish na kapag kailangan nila ng support, tayo ang una nilang lalapitan and alam natin kung saan natin sila dadalhin for consultation and guidance.
Ayun, thank you very much, Sir Darwin. So, very fruitful po ang ating discussion tonight. So, sana po may mga napulot tayong aral sa mga ibinahagi po ni Sir Darwin. Ayun, baka may panghuli ka pang mensahe din?
Ayun po. So, everyone po can be affected with HIV. It should be a general concern. Sabi nga po ni Catriona Gray, no one should die because of collective ignorance. And we can fight HIV and AIDS and not the people suffering from it. Tama po ba, Sir Darwin?
Absolutely right.
Ayun, sinabi na nila, Char. So, once again, thank you very much, Sir Darwin and Betha, sa pagsama sa akin tonight. So, itinagan pa ilaang ni Clint Istvan Totanes, to ipagayam yo Debbie Gasingan. Ngayong Bag Arabi.